It's expected that this year, Toyota's sales will decline by 500,000 to 1 million. The same thing for the Volkswagen Group. Now, both of those companies have nearly $200 billion in debt. And what's going to happen is, once EVs are mandated into law, they already are in more than 35 countries worldwide, the transition to EVs is inevitable. It's going to happen very, very fast because it's a legal requirement. Now, don't forget that it's a legal requirement to hit CO2 emissions targets as well in the European Union and in many other places worldwide. In China as well. That also rules out legacy auto. In other words, the majority, more than 80% of the cars that they sell today will be illegal to be sold in 2035. Honestly, it means they have no chance. They are not interested in pivoting in mass manufacturing electric cars because they can't do it at a profit. They've admitted as much. Germany is saying this. It's unfortunately inevitable that these car manufacturers will either band together into one global car company, we can call it legacy auto, what's left over, or they'll be purchased by, well, you know who. Electric car sales, in fact, contrary to the media, are rising. They are unquestionably rising. But I just saw something that blew my mind, guys. This is really, really blowing my mind because I've talked about this on the channel many, many times about the fact that many countries are banning internal combustion in either 2030 or 2035, many, many places. But I hadn't seen anyone put together all the countries into one list. That's been done by Oz Bandit. He's revealed this information. He's a futurist. If you want to follow him on Twitter, you should. This is crazy because it means, Toyota is saying they're going to lose 500,000 car sales this year. Volkswagen Group is saying 500,000 to 1 million, but those figures could be puny, minuscule in comparison to what they're going to lose in 5 years' time from now if you have a look at these facts. And these facts show you that these massive car conglomerates are in enormous trouble. They're not in a position to meet these demands. And in fact, this could mean they won't be able to continue to repay their $200 billion loans. If you're not selling cars, if you're not selling 10 million cars a year, if that's fallen to 2, 3, 4 million, you're basically bankrupt. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. Now, guys, there's a revolution going on, an enormous disruption. Chinese car companies, of course, alongside Tesla, they are disrupting the world. Even though the media would like you to believe otherwise, car manufacturers are telling you there's an EV slowdown because they don't want to sell EVs. I've been saying this for a long time now. German media are even agreeing with me now, and they're saying the same thing. The German media are saying these narratives have been invented by automakers like the Volkswagen Group because they don't make a profit on EVs, and the idea is slow it down so we have time. We need time, but they're running out of time. Car companies like Xpeng, guys. I've ordered an Xpeng G6. I'll put a link in the description if you want to check it out. They're just so compelling. There's nothing the Volkswagen Group or Toyota offer that's even remotely comparable. So what are all the countries where vehicles have, internal combustion has been banned? For one, we should point out, guys, here, the global shift to 100% electrification, not hybrids or plug-in hybrids, 100% EVs, is actually gaining speed. The transition to these vehicles is mandated in law. And the reason is this. I know a lot of people get worked up about this. The reason is because it's killing us. Fumes are killing us, guys. Cancer rates. Why are cancer rates going up? They should be going down. Think about it. On average, we eat better food now. We do. It's true. We eat a lot of junk food, but on average, humans eat better food than they did 20 years ago. All right. We eat better food. Less of us smoke cigarettes. Less of us consume huge amounts of alcohol. More of us, do things like intermittent fasting. There's a huge growth in gyms. Look at the explosion of gyms worldwide. People are walking. People are exercising. Why is cancer going up? It's because there's more cars in your city. There's more diesel cars, in particular diesel, but also gasoline, petrol, and they're killing you. So governments know they need to phase out what's causing them billions of dollars in costs, health costs. It's exactly the way the Chinese government began subsidizing the EV market all the way back in 2005 because they knew what was going on. It was obvious, right? The importance of these mandates is very clear. There will be a very clear regulatory framework according to Oz Bandit that forces both manufacturers and consumers to adopt and adapt to these new standards. This will accelerate the adoption of EVs. Now, never mind the fact that by 2030, electric cars are going to be so incredibly good that already the advancements in EVs are just staggering. The growth in terms of the battery energy density, the decline in battery costs is amazing. We have never seen this kind of technological growth before with internal combustion engine cars. So I don't think it's going to be a bad thing. People are going to go, oh, it's so sad, I can't buy an internal combustion car. There will be some saying that, but most people won't be that stupid. That's what I think anyway. Clearly, this is being influenced by fossil fuel interests. What's going on right now with the media saying that no one wants EVs, that EVs are bad, that batteries won't last, all these different crazy narratives. Even stuff like solar is causing, recently there's been articles saying solar is causing the planet to heat up. It's causing our problems. It's creating emissions even. There's all kinds of craziness going on. Now, here's what's happening. 2024, Ethiopia. This year, right now, internal combustion cars are banned. There's a population of 126 million people in Ethiopia. Yes, their car numbers are very small, but still. Norway, that ban will commence in 2025. Not that anyone in Norway cares because they're already 94% EV anyway. And that's fully EV, not plug-in hybrid. 94% full electrification. Henan province in China, ban commencing in 2030, population 10.3 million. United Kingdom, ban commencing 2030. Now, I believe they've extended that to 2035. Anyhow, 68 million people in the UK. Germany, 2030 was meant to be 84 million. That might have been put out to 2035, but it still will happen. California, 2030, 40 million population. The Netherlands, 17.5 million, 2030. Iceland, 2030, 0.4 million. Sweden, 2030, 10.5 million. Slovenia, 2.1 million, 2030. Singapore, 2030, 6 million. Israel, 9.5 million, 2030. Well, 2035, aside from the ones I just mentioned, you have Cabo Verde, South Korea, Japan. Crazy. I mean, Japan, what are they going to do? What's their automotive industry is going to be completely decimated. Population of 125 million people who all rely on their automotive industry. They do. It's the largest sector by far. It probably employs around 50% of the Japanese population directly and indirectly. Not all directly, but indirectly, millions and millions of people are employed by the automotive industry in Japan. Canada, 2035. Portugal, 2035. Spain, 2035. France, 2035. Sri Lanka, 2040. China, 2050. Costa Rica, 2050. That's about 1 billion people. But you can add China to, that's 1 billion people without China. If you add China to the fact that China is going to be fully EV anyway, without these regulations, China will be full electric by 2030. Easily. They're already at 53%. And that growth, in fact, 55% last week. That growth is happening so quickly now that you can see that this trend in China is unstoppable. And honestly, I think most of the population know if they were to buy something that wasn't either an EV or a plug-in hybrid, their resale value is going to be peanuts within a few years. The global shift towards 100% EVs is accelerating. And this will lead to huge benefits. Just keep in mind, let's focus on the benefits. Massively improved air quality. Much quieter roads. Much quieter roads. Be a huge benefit to so many hundreds of millions of people who live in high density traffic areas where there's a lot of noise. Did you know this? If you live near a highway or a freeway, you're 52% more likely to get a heart attack because all that noise, you think you're not hearing it, you think you got used to it. Actually, it's not true. You apparently have these things that are called micro heart attacks, even when you're sleeping from the loud noise of trucks and all these other cars on highways and freeways. So don't live near a highway or freeway for that reason. Now, what are other benefits? You'll have enhanced security. You don't have to rely on fossil fuel companies. You don't have to rely on Saudi Arabia or the United States to produce gasoline or Russia to produce petrol or gasoline for you. You can create your own energy with the sun, right? Sure, maybe you live in an apartment, but still, you can be part of a solution. And this is a brilliant solution. It's phenomenal. Electric car range by 2030 will be commonly 500 miles, easily and affordable. So I see the world improving stratospherically. To the point where it'll be almost unrecognizable within the next 5 to 10 years. Noise, so much better. Pollution, so much better. There are so many things that are going to be improved by the move away from internal combustion to electric cars. Thanks for watching.